Welcome back to All Stars TV, counting down to the 2023 edition of the UK Charity All-Star Weekend. It's the last weekend in July at the Vindico Arena in Cardiff. We're joined by Gareth, Hubback and David Grant. And gents, a milestone we've kind of been talking about and in hushed tones. I believe the milestone has been hit.
Absolutely. We are beyond delighted to announce that the All Stars, since it's been going, has officially gone over the £1 million fundraising mark for the charities, and we cannot be any more delighted. It's just an unbelievable piece of thrilling news.
Yeah, and David, we talked to Gareth a couple of weeks ago about the kind of the All Stars journey, and when you had the first event in 2008, if I told you 15 years later you'd have over £1 million in the bag, what would you have thought?
Not a chance. We, like Gareth said on that video, 1 year, maybe two. So no, in any way, shape, or form would we have ever thought we'd hit this milestone, and to now do it, it is just unbelievable, and a lot of hard work from a lot of people, but now something that collectively we can all celebrate.
Yeah, and the iterations of the event, there's been a lot of people involved. Obviously, the current committee, but people from day one, Gareth, who are kind of responsible for getting us to where we are today.
Oh, absolutely. There's everyone who's been involved in this event have been phenomenal from year one. Obviously, we have the current committee currently, Steve Baker, Gareth, Kelly, James Pepper, and myself. But from sort of the early years where we had like Victoria Silverwood, we've had Martin Radford, obviously for very several years, Paul Sullivan, who led the ship. We couldn't have done this without people like that, and we've also had some phenomenal fundraisers and captains as well. People like Lucas Howell, Adam Clark, Jake Oakley, many years ago in Sheffield. A lot of people who've got behind us, and just as Dave said, we wouldn't be there. Well, we wouldn't be there without every single person who participates in the All Stars. And they're just a couple of notable names from the past, but there's so many more. It's like Chris Edwards. It'd be wrong to name them, obviously, as well as obviously the current committee have been doing a phenomenal job for the last 3 years as we currently are. So yeah, Dave, I'm sure you've got a few more off the top of your head.
Yeah, you like to just thinking like Nick Bidler, Richie Muzzy, and like Gareth said, there's a lot of people, and if we don't remember names and don't mention them, it's not for if we literally had been that many people that have contributed to this event and allowed this event to grow to where it is, where we're making this video and announcing that we've passed the £1 million mark. It's crazy. I'm not gonna lie. It's a very crazy thing to think that we've actually achieved, but it's a lot of people that's contributed to this, and we are extremely grateful to each and every single person that's been involved over the years.
Yeah, and it's not only people as well. We'd be wrong to miss people like the teams at SMB Europe, for example. We've had great support from Team GB in the last few years as well. Bauer, Ice Arena Wales, Sheffield Arena, all our other partners for the year, Lime Green Tangerine, Lee, who's been doing the programs, Sue and the ladies on the desk as well. It's the machines, when you actually look at it, is huge, and we just can't be more thankful for not only the people who are playing the part now, but the people who've played a part in the past, and then hopefully people who see this and see the events and play a part in the future. What you've done and what we're doing is for people is absolutely incredible.
Yeah, and as we've been talking to the captains ahead of this year's event, the charities, the causes, the money raised, the good that the event has done since day one in 2008 is, yes, there's the £1 million, but beyond the money, if that's possible, the good that the tournament has done, you just kind of put a value on it.
No, and you mentioned captains there. Is we had the announcement recently, and where we mentioned the people, we have the new Captains Cup, where we recognise the efforts of all the captains we've had over the years, and we've now named our awards after, or one of the awards after the captains. We also have a memorial cup. David, the other two cups.
The other is the overall winner is the Grant Gray Cup, named after the first two winners of the Grant Hubback Award, and we also named the last shield after the Crosscheck Clothing Shield, quite simply because of not only the efforts that they've put in helping our event over the years, but they get the weekend in many ways that it's not so easy. It gets our values as well as they match. So we decided to do that. Just to add what Gareth said in terms of what the money has done, and it's the awareness that, you know, we've had the main charities over the last number of years, the last two this year, and last we had the Barbarians. That's opened up to other charities, and it's that exposure to them and their causes and the work that they do that is as valuable as the £1 million. And I know that money has gone to all the charities we've backed over the years, and they've done some fantastic good. But the awareness is as good to all the other causes, especially ones that the Barbarians on, because obviously they're the ones that are more personal to all the 17 players on that team.
Yeah, and with the Captains Cup as well. Obviously, the captains we started with, Alan Armour and Scott Goff, who were a huge part of that first year and the success, and why people wanted to come back. And quite a funny story, after we decided on the Captains Cup, I think Gareth's now been researching for 15 days with the name of every single captain, and he's still going. It just shows the amount there actually is, and we can't be. Yeah, we can't thank them enough, and say this year's is the amazing interviews you've been doing with Craig just shows we have the right people involved, and they get it, and they've been absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, without sort of putting a damper on the celebration, but £1 million, and what's next for All Stars? Obviously, we've got this year's event. What comes next, David?
Who knows? We'll evaluate that after this year's event, which we do every year, and we see where we go from there. I think this year we'll take stock and just see what, you know, and kind of understand what we've achieved, and then see where that goes from there.
David has just very cleverly avoided adding £10 to the charity pot by not getting fined for Craig trying to get him to slip up. Well played, Dave.
The good reason I've watched all the videos to make sure that I knew the rules.
Yeah, indeed. It's yeah, as David says, it's evaluated. It's a no-brainer. We're not saying it because of the rules, but I think as long as people want the wagon to roll, we'll keep on riding it, I guess.
Yeah, no, it's fantastic, and as I say, it has been on the horizon for a while, but to finally get there is huge tribute to, like you say, the teams, the captains, the players, the sponsors, the fans, people turning up, putting their money in the pot, whatever they need to do to chip in. It's been fantastic. I've been privileged to be involved for the last 3 events, so more power to your elbow, guys. It's been fantastic. Congratulations on reaching the milestone, and we'll see you in Cardiff.
Thank Craig. Look forward to seeing you in Tim Hortons.
Yeah, look forward to see you there as well.